The inchworm moves by first bending, then stretching is a metaphor from the I Ching, Book of Changes. It suggests that temporary withdrawal, humility, or seeming weakness can be a strategy for future progress and success. Just like an inchworm must first contract itself before advancing, people may sometimes need to endure setbacks, lower their profile, or retreat strategically in order to prepare for greater achievements later. This reflects wisdom in patience, resilience, and timing. The idea that success often requires one to temporarily endure hardship, adjust, or wait before making a meaningful advance. The inchworm's canvas. Matt Turner lived in a modest row house on the edge of Millbrook, a town whose brick streets bore the imprints of trolley wheels and autumn leaves. By sunrise, he was already in his small, paint-splattered garage studio, elbows dusted with sawdust and canvas flecked with charcoal. He painted the world as he saw it, the warped siding of a neighbor's porch, the slender steam rising from a barista's morning cup, the crooked lamppost beneath which Mrs. Gaudette fed stray cats. Despite his talent, captured in the precise way light pooled on rusted metal, in the subtle sag of fabric over a cafe chair, Matt kept every finished piece tucked behind curtains in his studio. He worried that the jagged edges of reality in his work might seem too raw, too unpolished for gallery walls. So he spent years quietly layering oils, correcting shadows, and stepping back to judge each brushstroke by the cold light of dusk. Each night, as the neighborhood fell silent, Matt reminded himself that true craft sometimes demands restraint. Like the inchworm contracting before inching forward, he believed his best paintings required patience, a time for study and self-doubt, followed by a stronger, more confident reveal. One Friday, an open call for local artists arrived in his mailbox. A flyer for a weekend showcase in the town hall. Matt hesitated over it for days, his finger tracing the date and time. Finally, he selected 3 of his most honest canvases, a rain-soaked alleyway reflecting neon shop signs, a battered rocking chair on a cracked porch, and a close-up of a child's scuffed sneakers on concrete. He loaded them into his aging Subaru before dawn and drove through quiet streets, the engines hummed the only company he felt he needed. Inside the town hall, fluorescent lights hummed overhead. A handful of curious visitors drifted by his corner display. At first, their faces showed only polite interest. Then, quietly, a local journalist paused, kneeling to inspect the fine layering where asphalt met puddle. A retired teacher ran her fingertip along the chipped paint of the rocking chair's armrest, whispering how it reminded her of summers spent with her late husband. By midday, a small crowd had gathered. Matt sold all 3 pieces by closing time. Enough to cover his studio rent for 6 months and hire a professional framer. As he packed his easel into the car under an orange sunset, he understood that his years of silent preparation had been vital. The world was ready for his unvarnished truth, and he was finally ready to share it.